Hey, Jeffco, Dale Munholland here, your friendly, everyday social studies teacher. And this is the first of what I hope to be several videos that I do throughout the year, highlighting various articles in the contract with information that you should know or probably would like to know. And today, as you can see on the screen, we are talking about time management. Now, I know, what are we talking about time management for? This is never a problem. Ho, ho. I know. I was just joking. So I'm just going to highlight some of the important stuff that you should know on here. First off, let's begin with 5-3. What this says is the OLT, which is your operational leadership team, used to be called department chairs and stuff like that. Now it's being called operational leadership team. They're the ones that determine what the daily, what the weekly, what the yearly schedule looks like, what the bell schedule looks like, early release, late start. They're the ones that determine all this. It should be done collaboratively, well, not should it be, it needs to be collaboratively done with your administration. If your principal is making all these decisions, you should have a conversation really soon, because that's not the way this is done. The next article that we're going to highlight here as we scroll down, 5-33. So this deals with the 22 and a half hours that you can be asked to give to work, or however you want to phrase it, outside of the contract day, 22 and a half hours. Your principal can ask you to do this outside of the school day. So there's, I know, a misconception out there that, oh my God, we're giving away our work for free. Why are we working for free? This is ridiculous that we're working 22 and a half hours for free. Oh, but wait, you're not working for free. You are getting paid for this. Here's the story. There's two different parts that go into this. At one time, we used to get a comp day for the day after conferences. For first semester, second semester, we'd get a comp day. A paid day off. Well, the comp days have gone away because now we've extended Thanksgiving break and have fall break and usually conferences back up to a PD day and all this other stuff. So the comp days have gone away. In addition to that, the school year used to be longer. The school year used to be 187 days. Now school year is 185 days, 2 fewer days. So because of the loss of comp time and because of the loss of 2 additional school days, that means that teachers would lose pay. So in order to keep teachers from taking a cut in pay from the loss of these days, this 22 and a half hours was added in. So even though you're technically working outside of contract time, you are being paid for that. You are being compensated for that time. And these hours include parent-teacher conferences. They can also include going to a football game or a basketball game or a soccer game, going to a concert, going to a play, anything that's outside of the school day that involves the school community is included in this. So you're not doing it for free. Trust me, it's never really been explained in here anywhere, but now you know, and now you can go tell your friends and neighbors. Moving on, 5-3-4. So we got some new days, extra days added to the calendar for professional development days and training and that. Now, 2 of these days throughout the year are for district training, so the district can do whatever the district does on those days. The remaining days, right, they should be directed, 60% of it should be directed by teachers. At least 60% of each individual day or block days will be reserved for educator-directed activities. That's what it says. So if your principal decides, I've got to have a meeting all day because just meetings are that fantastic, and whatever we're talking about that day is going to completely, totally revolutionize education and change whatever problem you're having. Trust me, there's no meeting that's ever that good or ever that productive, ever in the history of ever. And second, it shouldn't be all day. 60% of the time. is teacher-directed time, meaning teachers decide what they're going to do. You can't go home, don't do that. But if you need to have PLC meetings, if you need to do grading, if you need to set up your classroom, if you need to make copies, that's totally up to you. 60% of the day. All right, moving on. 5-3, 5-3-4, is that the one we just did that one. Next one, 5-3-6. This is super important. You are guaranteed 225 minutes throughout the day. 225 teacher-directed planning minutes throughout the day. These minutes have to be within the student day. So if the students are coming in at 8 o'clock and they're going home at 3:30 or whenever they go home, that's when your 225 minutes during the week has to be done. It cannot be included in the time that you come to school before students arrive. If you're required to be at school at 7:30 and the kids are coming at 8, that 7:30 to 8 is not included in this 225 minutes. Oh, a nay. That doesn't count. In addition to that, these 225 minutes must be done within 40-minute block periods. 40-minute block periods. It can't be 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 30 minutes here, so on. 40-minute block periods throughout the week in order for you to reach 225 planning minutes. And these are totally your minutes to plan. Your minutes to decide what you need to do in that time. It cannot be infringed upon by anybody else. Do not, for the love of all that is holy, do not allow anything to take this time away from you. Don't do a PLC meeting. Don't do a staff meeting. Don't. Because if you give a little here, give a little there, pretty soon you're losing big chunks. Protect this. It is vitally important for you and for your students that you have this time. 225 minutes uninterrupted throughout the day. In addition to that, all of planning time, all of your collaborative planning time, PLC, and if you have staff meetings and whatever, all of that has to happen within the contract day. If you have to be at school at 7:30 and your school day ends at 3:30, all of these meetings have to take place within that time. And it doesn't happen on your planning time. Remember that. It has to happen within your contracted day. Do not go to a meeting. If your day begins at 7:30, don't go to a meeting at 7. If your day ends at 3:30, don't stay after 3:30. Meetings need to happen within the contract day. Don't give that up. Please. Because if you give it up, it'll become an expectation. So that's the important stuff in Article 5. Hopefully this was beneficial to you. Hopefully it's happened. There's a lot more stuff in Article 5. Go ahead and read it. It's important stuff. It's not exciting necessarily. It's definitely not a page turner, but it's important stuff. Go ahead and read it. And I hope to do these twice a month where I highlight stuff that you should know in various articles throughout the contract. If there's anything in particular that you would like to know, if there's anything in particular that you have questions about in the contract, send me an email if there's any articles or questions that you may have. Send me an email. You can send it on my school email. It's fine. The district's not going to read it. Nobody's going to care. You can send it on my district email if there's anything that you would like me to do a video on throughout the year. Or you can send me to my personal email, Prez, P-R-E-Z, Delvis, D-E-L-V-I-S, Prez Delvis, all one word, at Gmail. If there's any articles or questions that you have about the contract that you'd like me to talk about. So, that's it. Hope you have a great day, and I hope you have a great Labor Day. Take care, Jeffco.